Goulburn Cup was run this afternoon. Last year's winner, Mr. Gooch, a favourite with punters.
Mr. Gooch parked behind the leaders, back behind those Seattle Sailor. Carvalin is back, followed further back then Baker's Boy, but there's many chances in the straight with about 300 to go. Wivery is driven to the lead. Booted is coming down the centre, and back behind those then Baker's Boy putting in a run. Here comes Booted. Booted raced up on the outside of Wivery. It's Wivery and Booted. Wivery kicking back on the inside, and Wivery wins the cup. Wivery has just beaten Booted. Baker's Boy.
And the top weight Wivery, Too Good, $2.60 and $1. Second Boot at $1.35 and third Baker's Boy $95. The Quinola $14.35 and the trifecta $92.20. And the one that got away, Pete.
Gee, there have been a lot of those, Phil. Thanks very much.
Certainly have.
Andrea Thompson will have all the weather details for you after the break. Then
win in today's Goulburn Cup. Wivery, their heavily backed second favourite, held on to score by a neck from the locally trained Booted.
But Pete's Passion is jumping up in grade.
Wivery dominated the betting on the Goulburn Cup alongside fellow Sydney galloper Mr. Gooch. Of the local horses, recent Sydney winner Booted and the John Morrissey trained The Boat Builder were specced at longer odds. Gavin Eads on Wivery made his move at the top of the straight with Mr. Gooch pocketed.
Wivery is driven to the lead. Booted is coming down the centre, and back behind those then Baker's Boy putting in a run. Here comes Booted. Booted raced up on the outside of Wivery. It's Wivery and Booted. Wivery kicking back on the inside, and Wivery wins the cup. Wivery has just beaten Booted. Baker's Boy third, followed then by...
Booted failed by a neck to pick up the winner, much to the relief of Eads, who admitted after the race his ride could have been a little bit astray.
Went too early on it.
Eads might have been a little too critical of himself. After all, he took the trophy, and that's what racing's all about. One of Canberra's biggest race days of the year this Sunday with the running of the Black Opal Preview. And Tony Campbell predicts that racing legend Lester Piggott can land the winner when he partners race favourite Zadok. As for the meetings tomorrow, Tony gives us Telesto in the Blamey Stakes at Flemington, and in Sydney his best is Turradoo in the first of the day. Saturday we'll see Canberra Pace in action at the National Exhibition Centre. The first race just after 1. Our tipster says the best of the program are Louis Tolliver and Ragtime Charlie. Now for the best of the fishing this weekend, here's Brian Pratt.
This is 103.9 Triple S Racing.
Stand by. Now here's Watney Pride joining them. Now Gavin Eads will bring Wivery up to complete the line, and they're just about set. Now they're all in for the Goulburn Produce Goulburn City Cup of 1995. Dodecanese, the inside runner. Watney Pride stands up, the Boat Builder. Off they go. Not a bad start, although Watney Pride went back to the tail, and Mr. Gooch bounded out in front. Wivery is up running second. Seattle Sailor looking for the lead, followed then by Poetic Rhythm. On the outside, the Boat Builder. Further back then, Watney Pride, Cleargill on the inside. Going around them, Carvalin, followed further back then, Chester's Fort. In behind those, racing towards the back, Dodecanese, followed by Wangata. Booted second last, and Baker's Boy back towards the tail as they straighten down the back now. In the back stretch with about 11.50 to go, and down towards the inside, Seattle Sailor taken on by Poetic Rhythm. Out 3 and 4 wide was Dodecanese, followed by the Boat Builder. Not Dodecanese, there's another one up there. The Boat Builder is driving through. Mr. Gooch is running about fourth. It's Pete's Passion up there, and further back behind those Wivery. Back centre field as they race down the back was Carvalin, followed on the inside by Cleargill. A break of about 2 behind those then Chester's Fort. Baker's Boy on the outside, followed further back in the field Booted. Then Dodecanese, who's back about second and third last. Watney Pride is back there with them, and Wangata at the tail as they race down the side. Here's a great go for the lead now. It's Poetic Rhythm taken on in the centre by the Boat Builder. Pete's Passion out wide makes a line of 3. In behind those Wivery, followed by Mr. Gooch, parked behind the leaders. Back behind those Seattle Sailor. Carvalin is back, followed further back then Baker's Boy, but there's many chances in the straight with about 300 to go. Wivery is driven to the lead. Booted is coming down the centre, and back behind those then Baker's Boy putting in a run. Here comes Booted. Booted raced up on the outside of Wivery. It's Wivery and Booted. Wivery kicking back on the inside, and Wivery wins the cup. Wivery has just beaten Booted. Baker's Boy third, followed then by Chester's Fort. Then Mr. Gooch. Carvalin is next. Then Poetic Rhythm, followed further back then the Boat Builder. Then Pete's Passion, who ran a good race. Further back to Cleargill, Dodecanese, Seattle Sailor. A long break behind those Chester's Fort, pulling up quickly. And the last pair across the line were Wangata in company with Watney Pride.
Number 1, Wivery to return 260, the win 95, the place. Number 9, Boot It to pay 135, and number 5, Baker's Boy 95.
Stand by, a tremendous finish. Boot It loomed up on the outside. Wivery under the big weight. Fought back very strongly indeed. Baker's Boy ran on fairly well. Mr. Gooch was given every possible chance. But just watching the replay for those people with Sky, they hit the line, Boot It and Wivery, and Wivery just got there. I'd say Wivery by about a half a head or so over Boot It, and Baker's Boy, number 5, will get third. On the tote, that winner Wivery, 490 for the win, 210 for the place. Now Boot It second. A tremendous run. Here's a 9 horse, this fellow. Nathan Stanley on Boot It. Number 9 to return around about 250. And number 5, Baker's Boy, Lisa Crop third to return $1.80. But all credit to the winner, Wivery. Trained at Rose Hill by A.J. Denham, Alan Denham. Gavin Eads, the rider. A chestnut gelding 5 by Masqué out of Ivory Maid. Raced by G.B. and Mrs. A.B. White. Congratulations to the connections. And that was a tremendous performance under the big weight of 60 kilos. But it was a super ride by Gavin Eads. $4.90 and $2.10 on the tote. And we'll have more in just a moment.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Triple S, the Good Sports gate rolling at Hamilton.
Goulburn City Cup, a tremendous win. Number 1, Ivory, Gavin Eads. $4.90, stand by. Hello. Weight is right. OK, thank you. Weight's right for the cup. That winner, Ivory, $4.90 for the win, $2.10 for the place. Second, 9, Boot It, Nathan Stanley, a big run, $2.50. Third, number 5, Baker's Boy, Lisa Crop, $1.80. 195 on the Goulburn Cup, and a $4.90 and $2.10 for number 1, $2.50 for 9, $1.80 for 5. The Quinella paid $33 even, 33 even. The exacta $60.70, $60.70, and the trifecta paid $172.90, $172.90. The trifecta on the cup. The margins, a neck by 1 3/4 lengths, a neck 1 3/4. The time 1:35.35, 1:35.35. Waiters right. Back for the call of race 9, the last race at 5:50.
Thanks, Tony. Race number 10, Hamilton.